Hello boaters. Well, we had a bit of trouble the other night. I was moored up in, well, quite a nice place actually. I'd never stopped there before. And we'd been there for about 3 days or so. No trouble at all. It was a really quite a nice and convenient place to stop. And then, one night, it was after midnight, I'd gone to bed and I was woken up and I suddenly heard the sound of cats sort of yowling on the back deck. I thought, oh God, this happens occasionally. I mean, usually it doesn't amount to anything serious. But anyway, shortly after that, there was a big sort of commotion on the back deck. It was clearly having a bit of a fight. And then all went quiet. Okay, I thought I'd better go and just have a look, see what happened. I looked out the back doors and there's nothing to see. I looked up into the crotch of the boat and there was Midge, soaking wet. He'd fallen in. At this point, I have no idea quite what had happened. But anyway, I got Midge in, dried him off, went back to bed, all was quiet for a while. And then it started up again. This time, Bushka. He was on the roof of the boat. And my security cameras picked up what happened, and it was another cat had turned up, leapt up onto the boat and started a huge fight. It was really quite nasty. I've got security camera video to show you. It's pretty distressing actually. As far as I know, there was no serious injuries. I checked Bushka and Midge, regularly for a few days afterwards to make sure there were no infected bites or scratches or anything like that, and they were both okay. I can't really say what happened with the other cat. In the second attack, the other cat ends up falling in the canal, and that ended it. Fortunately, I managed to get Bushka in. He was fine. So have a look at the video. Yeah, it is a bit disturbing, so you may not want to look at it, but all you need to know is that, well, these things do happen. Both cats this time are okay. An infected bite is quite a problem if they get that, because the long sharp pointed teeth of a cat can actually penetrate quite deep, and because they're so sort of narrow, they can easily get infected. We have had problems in the past with cat bites. Fortunately, it's fairly rare, but it tends to be very expensive in the vets if you get an abscess forming. But this time it was okay. But anyway, here's the video. So the camera's on the front and there's Bushka down on the back end of the boat. Bit hard to see, but we'll zoom in a moment. And here's the other cat just jumped up onto the roof. Let's zoom in. Now the video and the sound is slightly out of sync on this. It's a cheap camera, but this is what happens. The light coloured cat is the intruder. And the intruder cat goes in the canal. Don't worry, he got out alright. Here comes Bushka. He's running up to the crotch. He's had enough. And shortly afterwards, out comes the other cat. I always hang things over the side of the boat so cats can get out of the water if they fall in. There he is. I don't know if he was hurt at all, but he didn't drown. Needless to say, I got Bushka in as quickly as I could, and we moved on first thing the next morning. Oh well, these things happen. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.